I loved it so much, I broke my glass because I was clapping so loudly.
The festival itself is terrific.
Ludlow is just a glorious town, glorious festival. I've enjoyed every second of it.
Hilarious. I mean, it was great. Loads of fun to be involved with.
Oh, they were lovely. Look at them all. Lovely people, the people of Ludlow.
This is the first event we've been to, but we'll come to lots more.
Well, good evening from sunny Shropshire. Lovely, lovely evening. Nick Corster, myself, patron this year, and the lovely Anita Bigsby sitting one. Which side? I never know which way to turn, Anita. You there? You're that side, aren't you?
Yeah, I never quite know either.
It's all good fun,
Everything's
isn't it?
the opposite way round.
All good fun. Well, what a lovely evening for it. The weather's been all over the place. I don't know where I've been. And about you? What's the weather been like for you?
It's been a nice day today, which is good. It's been pretty horrendous up until then, but yeah, it's a lovely day today.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So what's the news in a nutshell from Ludlow Fringe at the moment? We're here at Stokesay Court. I suppose we're going to be talking about that tonight. What the sort of top line news snippets you've got for us tonight?
Well, basically we're all go now. We've got our brochure, which I don't know if you can see it. It's here.
Oh wow! Oh, check that out. Fantastic.
Look at that.
Who's that on the front?
Lovely new brochure. Which way do I turn?
Oh, it's so tricky, isn't it? And all the green in it's gone a bit funny as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So the brochures are out. They've been printed and they're ready now for distribution. And this week they'll be going through every door in Ludlow, which is really exciting. So 7,000 being printed and going through doors, being delivered through letterboxes.
7,000, blimey! That's more than the houses in Ludlow, isn't it? Surely.
Well, SY8. It's everywhere in SY8.
Well, that's a big area, isn't it? Yeah.
It is quite a big area. It's all the Ludlow district. So that's great.
Is that as far as Bromfield and Brimfield, I presume? Is it? And those sort of outliers?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah.
We had the stuff I've been doing had a bit of a spread. Can you show me that? Is that in there? Let's have a look at that. I'm quite excited actually because you had to fill it in, didn't you? You had to do a bit of jiggling to get it in, didn't you? I seem to remember.
Oh, there's your page.
Oh, fantastic!
It's a page of all your hashtags. Unfortunately, again, you can't really see a lot.
Moral of the story: never do stuff in green, is it? Hang on, I could turn the green screen off for a minute. Hang on a second. Let's just turn that off and cut to you. Hang on, I'm going to turn the green screen off. And there we go. Oh wow! Yeah,
there you are. There's a page.
Fantastic.
That's it. That's all of your stuff on there.
Well, thanks for sorting that out. Brilliant. Okay. Well, let's get you back over here. So, so we are tonight. Well, we've had quite an exciting little run of this, haven't we? Actually, we've the first night we were up on Wycliffe, sat on our little bench. That was fun. When I think neither of us expected it to work, it worked quite nicely. Then we dragged you got your trailer then, didn't you? Tell everybody about your trailer quickly. You're very excited about your trailer, aren't you? You're very pleased with your trailer.
We're very excited about that. that box there that looks like it at the moment. It looks like the chip vans arrived at the for the Mayfair, but it won't look like that in a few weeks' time because it's going to be wrapped. It's going to be wrapped with decoration, so it's going to look like it's going to look amazing actually. Fantastic. And it's going to be all done out inside as well. So that's going to be our stage, our box office, and our information point for the festival.
And that's going to be in Castle Square, is it, for most of the festival? Most of the Fringe?
The whole festival.
Brilliant.
It's going to be there. and is where we're going to have all our community events and all of the. So every weekend, there's 5 weekends in the festival. There'll be lots and lots of things going on there. So the first weekend, we start off with the snail trail and the visual arts. We launch the art trail the first weekend as well.
That's what the
because we're
18th,
still
19th is.
in a bit of lockdown then.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And then the second weekend, so that'll be the 26th and 27th. That's where we have your Glasgow weekend, which you might want to talk about there, Nick.
Well, there we go. Yeah, so Friday we're doing a day at Ludlow Primary School. Really excited about this. We're going to build a half-size Glastonbury pyramid stage out of cardboard, code and creativity. So that's really exciting. That's for the Friday. And then Saturday, we're going to move the whole thing down to Castle Square because Anita's working on planning permission for us to build a cardboard pyramid stage, half size, in Castle Square. We're going to have loads of entertainment and local community artists up for that as well, aren't we, Anita? Got anybody penciled in for that you can tell us about? So it's like your Harvey Goldsmith moment, this is.
We've got some young musicians playing that weekend, and we've got the Toddlers Orchestra as well, led by Gerson Engels. So we're going to have about 30 toddlers playing in their little orchestra. Obviously percussion. Well, there may not just be percussion, who knows?
Brilliant.
Yeah, there'll be lots of things, storytellers, and I think Mama G, who actually is our cover girl, Mama G will be there on the 27th. Brilliant. So that'll be interesting to have her come and do some storytelling. And yes, all sorts of things on there. And then the following weekend, on Saturday the 3rd, is a big dance day. So we've got the Zumbas. Zumba girls are going to be dancing. We've got the Insteps dance group. We've got Metaphor Dance Theatre. We're going to be projecting their performance, a live stream performance. And we've got the fabulous Two-Faced Dance Company from Hereford. They're doing 2 shows throughout the day, and also a lovely contemporary dance company called Eat a Frog. And they've got some really fantastic work that they're bringing as well. So that's going to be a very full day of dance on the 3rd. And then on the Sunday, we have the Big Sing, which is all the choirs sing. So we've got the Shropshire Choirs, and that's from Shropshire Council's music department. They're leading that. But we also have other choirs coming from different parts as well, from different places. Hoping to have some work from some university students who've just done a project where they've used stories from the Second World War, from families and from people writing to each other, and they've put those to song as well. So that's lovely. And we've got the Warm Choir coming up from Brighton. So they're coming from all over the place to entertain. So we've got a mixture of community and people from far and wide.
Do you want to bump your chair up a little bit? It looks like you're slipping a little bit. Do you want to sort of pull yourself up?
Am I falling down?
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's better.
Yeah, how's that?
That's more managing director status, I think. So
we go too far down.
So the other week, actually, we dragged your trailer down to Ludlow Brewery, because that's one of your flagship partners, I think, isn't it? Tell us very quickly about the sort of brewery and some highlights of what's going on down there.
Well, we've got all the comedy coming from the brewery and lots of music and some theatre, but mainly all the music and the comedy, because we've got a big, out the side there, we've got a big marquee, and it's even going to be bigger. It's quite big now, but it's going to be twice the size come the 25th. And so we start off with the Rotundas, which is a lovely folk band. They'll be singing there on the 25th, and then the 26th, we've got Split Egg, which is a comedy. They're 2 twin brothers, and they're comedy and magic. They're magicians.
Fantastic.
From a long family of magicians as well. So they've inherited it from family. But then it goes on. We have music and comedy. The big comedians we have this year are We've got Mark Thomas.
Yes, like Mark Thomas.
Ivo Graham. And who else we got? Alex Farrow, Drew. We've got Drew, who was on here 2 weeks ago. He's coming up from South Wales with some fantastic comedians.
Do you think Mark Thomas is going to have to rewrite his set after to Dominic Cummings' outpouring today?
Possibly. I'm sure it might come in.
I think Dominic Cummings might have actually put Mark Thomas out of a job, actually, the stuff he came out with today. Goodness me. Who needs comedy when it's going on like that? Fantastic. So here we are tonight at Stokesay Court. Now, this is our event preview tonight. Tell us a little bit about Stokesay Court, Anita. What a superb venue this is. Absolutely lovely, isn't it? Be
absolutely wonderful. So we've got we've got four productions there. On the first day, actually on the 20th, we've got Peter Rabbit and Benjamin Bunny. So that's a family show that's going to be just out there on that green. And that's been bought up from London, a London company called Quantum Theatre. And so it's just one show only of Peter Rabbit and Benjamin Bunny. And then in the afternoon, there's a production of Midsummer Night's Dream. So that will be just a live Midsummer Night's Dream.
And these are open air performances, I think, aren't they, Anita?
These are all open air performances. Everything at Stokesay is open air, and it means bring along your own chair as well, because we're still under COVID restrictions in some senses. So if everyone brings their own camping chair and weather appropriate clothing, then we'll all have a lovely time.
I'd say that's one thing that COVID's done favour for event management like you then, because you haven't got to rent a load of chairs in. People just bring their own. That's one less headache for you, isn't it?
We've always done that it's traditional with the castle. We've been working with Ludlow Castle for we've been working with them for quite a few years. And of course, before that, the Shakespeare at Ludlow Castle was fantastically popular. Yeah. And everybody always bought their own chair and their own picnic and had a great time. So we're carrying on that tradition. And yes, people are welcome to bring their own picnics. You can sit on a picnic blanket or have a camping chair and just enjoy it. Enjoy the productions that are there. So we've got King Lear starts on the 21st. So that's on our first day out of lockdown. We're starting King Lear from the 21st to the 26th. And there'll be a production every evening there. And that's from the Here to There Theatre Company. And then on the 27th, we've got the Film Orchestra, who are going to be playing just there, actually right where we are here, sitting in our trailer. The Film Orchestra will be playing out into the grounds and the amazing views, which from there you can see right out over towards Clee Hill, over the lake and the meadows, and it's beautiful. And then we've got Macbeth on the 9th, from the 9th to the 12th. So we've got the wonderful Macbeth, the tragedy of Macbeth, being bought by Flabbergast Theatre. And that will be quite something, I think. We're looking forward to seeing all of it. So that's actually 5 productions we've got there.
We've just had a message actually from somebody called Mrs. Creativity, who I happen to know actually is one of the UK's leading creative educators. And she's just said, sounds like a wonderful festival. So we've just popped that little message up on the screen there. That's good.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you, Mrs. Creativity.
That's Maria to you and her friends. And Mingle says perfect sound. So it sounds like people can hear us. That's always good to know, because we don't want to hear that at the end, do we? That you couldn't hear us. So Anita, I tell you, it'd be lovely actually. With the wonders of technology, I'm going to see if I can't do some jiggery pokery here and get a special guest up. So would you like to introduce the event, the performance that this chap is going to be doing? And then I'll see if I can press the right buttons to get him up on screen. How about that as a plan?
I will indeed. I think we're actually about to meet Peter Hayter.
There he is.
Hey, Peter. Peter is the producer this year of, I don't know if we can see it, it's the Midsummer Night's Dream. You've probably got a better version. Have you got one?
A bigger one here.
That's a bigger one. Of course, he's got a bigger one.
Let's get him up with that. Hold on a second. Let's get Peter up with that then. So, Hello, Peter. Let's just have a bit of a sound check. Make sure we can hear you before we get too carried away.
Hello, I'm a speaking donkey.
And it's in proper carry-on style, isn't it? It's going to be a proper carry-on.
It is going to be a proper carry-on. Yeah, we're having some fun with this one. Unfortunately, we weren't able to produce it as a live production for obvious reasons. Well, the main reason being, as we're amateur and not professional, we didn't have the time to get everyone together to rehearse it because of COVID. So we've done all the rehearsals on Zoom, and this is going to be a radio production, an audio presentation of Midsummer Night's Dream. And of course, the Fringe is going to have theatre, comedy, music, and magic, but Midsummer Night's Dream's got all four. It's I wouldn't say unique among Shakespeare's comedies in that it's actually funny, but we've done it with quite not irreverent, but we're drawing on the traditions of pantomime and the carry-on movies to give us what I hope is a riotous comedy treat for all ages. There's lovers, tyrants, an Amazon warrior, king and queen of the fairies, a puck, a lion, a talking wall, an amorous donkey. So it's got all the elements. I'm not doing my Sid James impression as Bottom, although people were very keen for me to do that. I resisted the temptation. But for money, I'll do it later. But we've had a great deal of fun getting this together. We're a local amateur company, and we punch above our weight. We've appeared in the festival before. We did the Merry Wives of Windsor a couple of years ago at the brewery, and that was a sellout for the entire run. We've done several productions in and around Ludlow. We're a group of actors and enthusiasts who came together in 2014, and we've put on everything, put on productions every year since then. Some quite large scale. We did a sellout run at the St Lawrence's Church in Ludlow last year of Beckett by Jean Ennui, which was very serious. This is less serious. You'll be relieved to find out. We draw on the talents of local people. We've got original music composed for us by Steve Dunnicky, a brilliant local musician. The Fairies song has been written for us by Ed Begley, who's a very talented young musician. And I composed and sing a new song for the show called Donkey Dream Blues, which I am convinced is an early contender for the 2021 Christmas #1. It's a 12-bar blues sung by Bottom about his dream of his liaison with Titania, the Queen of the Fairies. So, in fact, quite a lot. I've written quite a lot of new material for this play. I hope Shakespeare doesn't mind, but I'm actually taking the writing credit for this. It's A Midsummer Night's Dream by Peter Hayter, based on an original idea by William Shakespeare. I've put in new scenes. Like there's a scene called Athens Has Got Talent, which is basically a talent show. Where Philostrate, the master of revels for Duke Theseus, has been charged with stirring the Athenian youth to merriment to celebrate his forthcoming marriage. And he does this by instigating an Athens Has Got Talent contest. And of course, Bottom and the Mechanicals win it, so they can then appear at the Duke's wedding night to produce the tragedy of Pyramus and Thisbe, which is a very moving tragedy within the play, which they present with hilarious comic results.
Fantastic!
Sounds absolutely fantastic. Sounds really, really great. So, Peter, have you got any songs on your phone or anything that you could maybe let us play? You've got an MP3 player or something you can just sort of pretend to. What would you play first if you were going to play one? Well,
I would play you Donkey Dream Blues, but unfortunately, my agents told me we can't actually play that because it's too precious to release any of that onto the airwaves. But I do have another. You can play a snatch of something called the Fairies song. I could play you a snatch of something called Fairy Song, just to give you an idea of the fairy element to it. Of course, there's lots of magic and fairies and beautiful forest activity.
Well, let's give that a go then. Okay, let's see how we go.
Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not here. Worm nor snail, do no offence. Philomel with melody, singing a sweet lullaby. La 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 la.
Peter, I'm going to cut that there. I think that this is absolutely beautiful. I know it's a pay-on-demand event, so I don't want to give too much away. I hope you don't mind. Let's just keep it running and sort of just tell us. That was I'm listening on headphones. The quality of the production, the stereo, everything is just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Hats off.
Thank you. Well, we've been to a recording studio near Worcester called the Old Smithy. Devotees of Judas Priest will know, of course, that they rehearse and actually have recorded an album in the same studio that we did this. Black Sabbath have also rehearsed there and laid a road for the owner of the studio when he got some leftover material from some motorway building, made a couple of calls, they delivered it, and the members of Black Sabbath smashed it into a drive for him outside the studio. So very rock and roll, but also very, we hope it's very professionally presented. We are an amateur company, but it is our intention and our commitment to deliver professional quality shows, which thankfully our audiences have reacted very well to us in the past, and we hope they'll do so with this show too, because we put a lot of work in. We're also doing it in aid of a couple of local charities. The Hope House Children's Hospice. We managed to raise £1,000 for them from our last production at St Lawrence's Church, and also another charity called Caitlin Kickstart Award, which is a local charity which is set up to help students who are going to study some kind of art or artistic activity in further education. So
great stuff. I
mean, very good charities, both of them.
Podcasts are obviously very, very popular now, and with BBC and Radio 4 going down the tubes, it's great to think of people like you producing great content like this, and the production values. And how long does it run for, Peter?
It's just under 2 hours. It's the normal length for Midsummer Night's Dream. By the way, my cat's come to say hello. So
hello. Doesn't look too impressed, to be honest, with all my tech. So Peter, can we treat him to another little snatch? Have you got anything else on your iPhone there? We can.
Well, you could play. I could play you the Fairies Sing and Dance, which is a lilting, haunting melody that is played at the end of the. That is sung at the end of the play. So maybe we'll find out.
Let's hear a snatch of that then.
That's actually just played the last few bars of that. So
that's
how it is.
Oh, I have. Let's have a look. It's just we can restart. We've got the tech.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray, to the best bright bed will we, which by us will blessed be, and the issue they create ever shall be fortunate, so shall all the couples three ever true in loving be.
Peter, absolutely superb. Really, really lovely. Really beautiful production.
Composed by Ed Begley. His father, Kim Begley, we've worked with him in the past on our productions. He directed Beckett. He's a very well-known, internationally renowned opera singer, Kim, who lives in Ludlow. And his son Ed did music for a previous show of ours, and I asked him if he wouldn't mind us using this song for this production of Midsummer Night's Dream, and he was very I'm very grateful to him for producing it for us. There's another song. This is the one that I think will probably be the Christmas #1. It's called Donkey Dream Blues. Now, the recording that I have starts with me rabbiting on, so you want to ignore that. But if I can find the start of the song, it's traditional 12-bar blues, and I think it's quite funny. And,
should it start a little bit in or start at the beginning?
A little bit in, yeah.
What do you reckon?
A little bit in.
What do you reckon? 10 seconds?
Give it more than that. I would say 10 seconds might be enough. Yeah.
Okay, let's give this a go.
Try our best not to offend. It's called Athenian Donkey Dream Blues, and it goes like this. I woke up this morning, I felt like an ass. My ears were all hairy and covered in grass.
That's it.
I looked down beside me, and what did I see?
No. Can't give away too much. Anyway, that's.
Can't wait to see what you did see.
Not quite. You'll have to buy a ticket to see what he saw. I've also managed to incorporate. I've actually I've written into the play my favourite ever line in a Shakespeare play. I'm not sure Shakespeare wrote it himself, but at some point somebody shouts out, "Where are the strippers? They said there'd be strippers," which is my favourite ever Shakespeare line, and it now appears in Midsummer Night's Dream, thanks to me having written it.
Fantastic.
Well done.
So just to wrap up then, Peter, this is absolutely fantastic. So this is going to be available for a limited period. People pay for a download, do they?
Pay for a download. It's going to actually be available for the duration of the festival. So from Saturday 19th of June, yes, it'll be available for the whole of the festival. And I hope we'll do justice to the idea of comedy, music, theatre, and magic.
Well, give us another little flash of your flyer then, and get maybe another flash of the cat, and we'll move swiftly on.
Here's the flyer. It's a right carry on up the forest, but will Bottom's dream come true? That's the question on everyone's lips. And here are the characters. That's me in the middle. That's Bottom as a donkey. There's Puck flying overhead with making mischief for everyone. And we've got the two sets of lovers. Oh, God. And we've got Oberon and Titania, the king and queen of the fairies. And there we are. That's what's in aid of. And please listen and have fun.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Well, we'll leave it there for now. But thank you so much, Peter, for sharing that with us. That really was very, very. Oh, there's a cat as well. Fantastic. Nice little place for the cat.
Bye-bye. No, thanks, Peter. That's lovely. Really good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us tonight here at Stokesay Court. That's been absolutely lovely. Bye-bye.
My
Keep
pleasure.
in touch.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was nice.
Oh, that's going to be great, isn't it?
Yeah, that is going to be
very
absolutely
excited.
Super. So
the nice thing about the festival is it brings in so many different characters and so many different talents from the town and from around. It's lovely to have the honour of putting it all on and getting it all together.
Fantastic. So we're about 3 weeks away now, are we?
Yeah, just over 3 weeks now before it all starts. So it's all getting very, very close. It's not much rest time at the moment.
Well, I've got a bit of work to do because obviously you've got the double page spread in there for the stuff I've pulled together. So I've got to get a few things confirmed on that. Got a surprise, which I think we'll announce in the week. We'll get that announced this week. Surprise performance, a few other bits and pieces. What are the biggest things that have happened this week for you, Anita, in terms of announcements and exciting events?
Just getting that programme out. It's been fantastic. It's been really wonderful getting it all together and seeing the fruits of our labours coming together in the booklet. And so far we've had very good response to everything. So that's good. I think people are really excited this year. And there's been wonderful news from Brighton Fringe as well. They go up next Friday, and they've sold awful lot of tickets already, and it's wonderful because they lost out so badly last year. So very excited to be working with other fringes that are picking up this year, and they've got something like 600 events going over there 4 weeks. So
and what have we got at Fringe? About 70, nearly 80, is it?
Yes, it'll probably be around 80 sort of events. I think there's over 60 live, but then within those there's lots of other things, and then there's going to be live streamed events as well, and recorded, pre-recorded. But of course we've got the art trail and the snail trail, which indeed, even though they're visual, they're still events, and we've got a lot going on there as well. There's, I think, probably about 40 artists exhibiting around the town in probably around about 15 different venues, including the library and the museum. So that's going to be wonderful.
One thing that's happening this week, actually, I mentioned earlier the Your Glasgow #YourGlasgow21 we're doing from Ludlow Primary School, and that's part also of our UK tour, the Inspired to Learn tour, and we're actually doing a live stream assembly this Friday from Ludlow Primary School as part of that, and this Friday is actually UK Arts, Edu Arts, or whatever, #Edu Arts Fest. That's it, #Edu Arts Fest Day on Friday. So all schools across the whole country, primary, secondary and HE, are putting work on social media with the hashtag, whatever it was I just said, Arts Fest, whatever, I'll stick it in the comments. Now, you used to be head of art at Ludlow College, didn't you, Anita, when my mum was working there?
I did. Yeah. I was there for many years, yes.
So could we see if we can maybe grab you, because I'm doing a few live streams during the day. Could you come on live on Friday and maybe do a little talk about the snails thing? Because I know you want to get the whole country behind that, don't you, if not the whole world?
Oh, we certainly want to get the whole of Ludlow town behind it. We're trying to get everyone to make snails, but it'd be nice for it to the snail trail will start with us, and then that will go out and hopefully gather momentum and become something more out there. We don't know where it's going to go, and we're inviting other fringe festivals to get involved as well, and possibly through your company. It could also travel there and get into other towns and
here's
cities.
One for you. So Maria, Mrs. Creativity, who was on earlier, I don't know if she's still there. She probably is, actually. She's a good sort on these things. She runs a weekly schools radio show and live stream video workshops for children, Creativity Cafe. So I don't know if you want to go on there, or maybe get your artist in residence, so we can probably get you on there to talk about that, because she can connect us with schools across the whole country. That would be quite cool as well. And I know it's an intergenerational project as well, isn't it? Talk about the intergenerational aspects and aspirations. Obviously difficult with COVID, but what are the dreams there for that?
Well, at the moment, because of COVID, what we're doing is we've made a film, or we're making a film. We're just finalising it, and it will be a little bit of, sort of why we're doing it and a how to, and where to take your snails and what to do with them. And then we're going to be able to take that then into care homes and different community groups within the area, as well as the schools. We're trying to get older people to perhaps work with kids and that, to try and, it's going to be a bit of a hide and seek. We're hoping to have like a hide and seek, so we can identify where they're putting their snail, and see if other people can find it. And part of that is possibly using the What 3 Words app, so that they can be located. And the What 3 Word app is international, it's global geolocating tool, where the whole world has been divided into 3 metre by 3 metre grids, and each of those 9 square meters has been assigned 3 words, 3 individual words, which could locate anywhere on the planet. So wherever you are at this moment, if you look across your room, the area you're sitting in will have its own 3 words, and the other side of your room will have another 3 words, and that will go for the whole world. So if you download that app, you can have a look and see exactly where you are. But of course, it's a tool that's already helped to save quite a few lives when people have been trapped and can't say where they are. They can actually find, if they've got that. In fact, the fire brigade and police and that have been telling people to download it so that they can locate them. It's apparently saved some people in who were trapped in a trailer as well. So they couldn't say where they were, and they managed to find them from it. So it's quite an incredible thing. But it means that if you go and you can hide your snail and tell somebody where it is, they can go and find it with 3 words.
Wow, amazing. Well, that certainly sounds like a bit of a plan, something for everybody to check out. So we'll more about that. So will you have the film for the preview next week? Do you think next Wednesday you might have?
Yes,
that
definitely. We'll definitely have it by then, and that'll be on our website as well, probably by early next week. So, and we're making them in clay. All of the snails are going to be made in clay, and then painted with acrylics and anything to help waterproof them.
Brilliant.
We've got a big photo shoot due on the 19th. We're going to try and get them all together on the square and have a massive photo shoot, and then they're going to start finding their way off around the town and around the castle and down to the Millennium Green, and wherever they end up, we're going to try and locate them and get people to map it all out. So it should be good, be interesting.
Well, we've got an international viewer here. We've got somebody called Pepino Perez, who's just put a message in saying he's learning English. He's got an Australiano accent. So, hello, Pepino Perez, hello.
Hello, Pepino.
Join us at Ludlow Fringe Festival. We're going to be live streaming lots of stuff. We're doing live stream previews every Wednesday. We've got Nick and Jack who are doing their pop-ups, and then we're going to be live streaming some of the events as well. And as you've heard, we've got the Midsummer Night's Dream download. I think we better wrap it up there, Anita, don't you, and get back to the organisation. So you've got 7,000 programmes to post. I've got some people to line up for some sessions and a bit of web work to do. And what a lovely, lovely evening to be here at Stokesay Court. I mean, what a beautiful evening it's been, hasn't it? What a lovely setting. I can't wait to come down. Right, shall we knock it on the head there then? Thank you very much, Anita, and we'll see everybody very soon. So last thing, just go to the website, ludlowfringe.co.uk. Tickets are on sale. Capacity is very, very limited. We can't pretend it isn't. It's very limited. And what with everybody being let out for the first time for quite a long time, we think there's going to be a lot of interest. So be sure to grab those tickets. Thanks a lot, Anita. I'll see you next week, if not before.
Thank you then. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Nick. Bye-bye.
I loved it so much, I broke my glass because I was clapping so loudly.
The festival itself is terrific.
Ludlow is just a glorious town, glorious festival. I've enjoyed every second of it.
Hilarious. I mean, it was great. Loads of fun to be involved with.
Oh, they were lovely. Look at them all. Lovely people, the people of Ludlow.
This is the first event we've been to, but we'll come to lots more.